Hello. Good afternoon. It's good morning. Actually, it's still morning, which is not like me to be getting ready in the morning. But welcome to Go Live here on Instagram too. Perfect. Should be going live. Sure. There we go. Cool. I'm also going to go live on TikTok because this TikTok is what triggered this talk. All right. Okay, I'll go over here too. There you go. Cool. What is up, guys? Should really charge both of my phones. Maybe I will go get my second charger, actually, because my TikTok's probably going to die. It's on like 3% on that phone, so I don't know. It's probably going to die. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to get my charger for this one. I can't. It's kind of okay. Never mind. It's fine. We'll charge it later. We'll go to the gym a bit later and charge it between then and now. So today we're going to talk about ozempic, wegovy, any of those kind of semaglutide drugs. And when you're here, I'd love to see your name in the comments. Say hello. I want to see you. I want to see some names. I want to see people who are talking. If you're on Instagram, I can't see you because my laptop's over there. So what is happening with weight loss drugs? Hey, Claire. Now, I have got mixed. I feel very confused about these, not in how they're used, but how I feel about these drugs. I'm very confused about. So, as a weight loss and health coach, my goal is to help people lose weight and get healthy. Surprise, surprise. However, some people do not want to or do not feel able to do the work for whatever reason. And I say work, it doesn't mean exercise, right? I could be talking about like eating certain things or stop eating. That's another thing. Being able to stop eating. That's another thing that some people don't feel able to do. If you're on TikTok, my battery's going to die on my phone. So if you want to head over to my Facebook, my link is in the bio, and you can head over there. So, hey, Jen. So why am I confused? Because when people are hundreds of pounds overweight, although we've got clients who have lost over 100 pounds with us, and they're very healthy, they've done a good job, they're still losing. Some people find it overwhelming, and their biochemistry doesn't necessarily allow them to easily get to where they want to be. Tactful. I did it very tactfully. So this could mean things like insulin. You might feel like you crave sugar more often, and then when you have these sugar crashes, you need more, you overeat, you eat a lot of highly processed foods, highly palatable, highly processed foods. And so the problem, people will say, well, it's their willpower. And whilst I would sometimes agree with this, I would often say there's more to it. I'm going to try and be very tactful. I'm going to be sitting on the fence half of this, guys, so it's not going to be like me. But again, I am confused at how I feel about it. So when it comes to actually being able to lose 100 pounds, 200 pounds, right? It's a mean feat. And I said to one of our clients the other day, so have you heard of the phrase, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So it's not like I need to go and lose 100 pounds. It's okay. I'll start with 1 pound, and then I'll do another pound, and then I'll do another pound, and it'll compound to get to where you need to be. And then the better choices that you make, the lighter that you are, the less body fat that you carry, and the healthier that you are, the more better choices that you're going to make. So if someone has got 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds to lose, I don't think you need to be on it, right? I think there are way easier things to do that add something into the body that you then have no control over. And there are no long-term studies of people using this for anything other than diabetes, right? The diabetic drugs, ozempic, for example. So even though we're like, well, the diabetics have been using it for years. Yes, but their endocrine system is different to a healthy functioning or, a non-diabetic, shall we say. Also, type 2 diabetes you can reverse, and I have done so with people also. So even then, it's doable. You can reverse it. So when people are wanting to lose 100 pounds, I'll read Katya's comment in a moment. 100 pounds, 200 pounds, maybe I see benefit in the use of it to kickstart. However, this comes with a huge fucking caveat. I cannot stress how huge this caveat is. And I will talk through this caveat throughout this while I'm getting ready. People fail to understand that without making lifestyle changes, the moment they stop taking these, the weight will come back. Exactly. And this is the caveat that I'm talking about. So the studies are showing that, let me preface this actually first. Let me preface this. So there are estimations that within the next few years, next 10 years, 50% of all Americans will be, was it Americans or is it the world actually? I'll check that. Will be on a weight loss drug. And this makes me sad to my core. Makes me so sad that we have to inject stuff into our body because we can't control ourselves. I don't mean like control yourself to stop eating. I mean like can't control what's going on in our body. And so if 50% of the world, let's say America, or the Western world, let's say that 50% of the Western world is on it, this leads to a shitload of problems. And lots of people are like, well, you're a fitness coach, Faye. You're just pissed off that people won't come to you. However, this is where the ha-ha happens, because actually the majority of people, there are studies now showing that the people will gain the weight back. Like Katya said, I'm going to shut these doors. One sec. Someone's mowing their lawn on a Sunday, like, get a grip, stay in bed. And this one's also go to sleep, come on. Sunday, goodness me. Anyway, like Katya's saying, if you don't have the right lifestyle, the right habits, the right knowledge, the knowledge of your body, then you're going to gain it back. And just like a gastric sleeve, right? We've got clients that have had gastric sleeve, they gained all the way back, they come to us, now they're losing it. And for good, they're losing it properly this time instead of short term. They've been with us like a year, for example. So I know that they're keeping it off and it's not a quick fix. Just like these weight loss drugs, people use them because they're like, oh, it's easy. And it is. Guys, I could be like, I need to lose about 30 pounds, 20, 28 pounds. I'll just throw a couple of £100 at it and, we'll see. Let's hope. But we don't know the consequences, do we? We don't know the long-term consequences. And when we're playing with hormones, the same with when you're on the pill, when you're on HRT, like you can't just change one hormone. You can't just change one thing in your body. It has a massive impact on the rest of the things that are going on in your body as well, right? So we can't isolate one thing. So if we can do things naturally and holistically and without adding stuff, foreign substances, I guess, into our body, then wouldn't that be a way better, way to do it, in my opinion. But like I say, if you need a kickstart, it could be helpful. However, still talking about this caveat here, you need other stuff to go along with it. And I'm super frustrated as well, guys, because a couple of our clients have gone to the doctor and the doctor's been like, oh, just, I feel like the doctors are now not saying eat less, move more, which they used to. That used to piss me off. Now they're saying, oh, just, go on this drug. And I'm like, and I said to my clients, like, has your doctor given you an exit strategy? How long are you going to be on this for? What is the outcome? What are the things? What eating strategies are they giving you? What is the plan? They don't have a plan. The plan is to lose weight. That's the doctor's use. And now I will say, obviously, there are going to be some more educated doctors, some people who have looked into this and know the difference. I'm just speaking the majority here, right? I'm speaking generally at the majority. Doctors are turning into drug dealers. Yes, Claire. Well, we've got the pill. And now we've got Wegovy or Ozempic. So yes, exactly. exactly, turn into a drug dealer. So the studies are showing that people are losing weight. Hurrah! They're losing weight on this because their appetite is low, right? And they're actually finding out that they thought it was doing something in the gut, but now they're looking, it might be something to do with the brain. It's actually changing something in the brain. Which, do we really want to be changing things in our brain? I don't think so. Maybe some people's brain, but I don't think I want to be like messing with my brain that much, guys. Like, I think I'd rather, exercise or not eat as much pizza. But everyone's different, of course. But where is it? Where is it? I do this all the time, every single day. So the problem is that when people are losing the weight, studies are showing that a lot of this is muscle mass, right? And if anyone follows my stuff, always in the metabolism challenge, they would know that muscle mass is necessary for health, right? It is necessary for long-term health. It is necessary for hormonal health, metabolic health. It is necessary to stay alive for a long period of time, for longer, right? If you want better quality of life, you need more muscle mass. So if you are losing weight, hurrah, but it's muscle, oh dear, that means you're getting lighter, but the quality of your lifespan is decreasing, your health is decreasing, your metabolic rate is decreasing, like, oh fuck, like shit. I'm doing stuff with my brain, don't actually know what's happening. Studies are not long-term on this for anyone that's not diabetic. And now I'm losing muscle mass. Oh, but at least I'm hitting the weight on the scale. Yay. So I think there needs to be education around like what we are missing, what we are losing, what is the impact of this. People aren't told this before they're given the drug, it just pisses me off, guys, simply put, it pisses me off to no end. So what can you do? What should you be doing if you're on it? First of all, I would not be on it without some support. I would not be on it without any guidance. Like I say, I don't love that my clients are on it, but if it's going to help them and they've got our support, we can embed the good habits. That is the first thing. I would not be on it without any freaking support, especially from a freaking GP. God's sake, like, just take this tablet, take this like stab, this needle pen thing, and you'll just lose weight. Oh, great. How much of that is weight versus muscle? Oh, I don't know, but the scale will go down. Help me out here, National Health Service. And not even just NHS, I'm not going to slide them, but also doctors in America. All the MDs. Don't know. So what can you be doing? The first thing, and here's a quick overview. Everything that I'm going to tell you is everything you should be doing, even if you're not on the damn drugs. Okay, these are the things that you should be doing anyway. So making sure that we preserve as much muscle as possible. It is very unlikely you're going to gain muscle when you're on these drugs. Very, very, very unlikely, because you're losing weight at such a high rate. Some of that's going to be muscle, so we need to preserve the muscle. We're not going to gain. We're not going to gain muscle on this. I'm sorry. So we need to preserve as much muscle as possible, which means a solid resistance training program. You'll be like, well, I haven't got the energy because I'm not eating. Tough. Basically, you have to just drag your ass through and use sheer determination. Because at this point, if you're not eating enough and you're losing muscle mass, that is going to be a problem long term. So either suck it up now or you suck it up later when you die early, or you break a hip and then you get really ill because you caught an infection, because you got to do this or do that, or my metabolism slowed down. You're going to have to suck it up somewhere. This is with everybody. At some point, your weight loss will stall or your muscle building will stall, and you'll have to suck it up and do something you don't want to do, right? So that is it. You'll have to just push through your workouts, unfortunately. The second thing is your food, what you eat, needs to be protein. Get rid of anything processed, because you're not hungry for it anyway, so you don't need it. Don't have it just because you're used to having it. And B, you need to keep your muscle mass, which means eating more protein. You also need protein to survive, right? You do not need processed carbs to survive. Fats and proteins, they need to be prioritized. throughout this journey. Fats are also very important, not just for the hormonal health and the health benefits, but in fact, they are higher in calories. So if you eat higher fat foods, you can eat less of them and still hit your calorie target, because we do want you to still be eating a certain amount of calories, guys. We've got clients who, struggle to eat like 1,200 calories with or without the drugs. But when we need to pull them up, they need to eat higher fat, higher protein foods. And then that will hopefully help get their calories up. So that's going to be the next thing you do. So first thing, do a shit ton of weight training, resistance training. Second thing, you eat a shit ton of protein. Third thing, you include healthy fats in your diet. Fourth thing, get rid of all the processed shit. Guys, these are the things you could do even if you're not on these drugs. If you just want to lose weight and tone up, these are exactly what you should be doing. What's that? You're saying this is what you do to get healthy? Yes, that is what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying here. And so the studies are also showing that the weight that people lose, like I said, is muscle. Not all of it. Some of it's muscle. But the worst thing is, after they review these people after years, guess what? They've gained about 80% of that weight back. 80%. Now, studies show variances between 25 and 80%, but the last stat I heard was 80%. Ridiculous. And this is what's worse. Right, so let's say you lost 100 pounds, right? 5 years later, you got 80 pounds back. You're like, shit. Now what? I can't eat any less because I'm still on this fucking drug. It's making me eat, 800 calories a day. I haven't got any muscle mass. I'm not burning any calories. So now what? All right, I've gained it back, so I'm heavier. So my metabolism should have speeded up because I'm a bit heavier. Problem is the weight that they gain back is not muscle. So during that 100 pounds, you may have lost, say, 40 pounds of muscle, for example, and then you gain 80 pounds back. 5 of those pounds might be muscle. Shit's hit the fan, guys. What the hell? What are we going to do now? So like I said earlier, you suck it up now, you suck it up later, right? So if it's, I'm going to just suck it up later. Well, now you need to start from scratch, build those healthy habits that you didn't do earlier, except now you've got less of a fighting chance because now you've got less muscle mass. So it's going to take you actually longer to lose the weight. So this is exactly what you guys need to be doing if you're on these drugs. And I am toying with the idea of opening, I freaking love a Facebook group, clearly, but opening another Facebook group to help people. It's going to be a free group that people can enter to help people navigate their journey so they can come off it. So when they do come off it, they've got the good habits in place. They don't gain the weight back. And the weight that they lose is fat and limited muscle loss. So that's what I'm toying with at the moment. Will I do it? My copious spare time? I don't know. But if there's enough call for it and people need it, and as you can tell, I'm super pissed off about this, super passionate about this. That is something I'm going to be looking into doing for sure. So yeah, that is it, guys. That is what you need to do. You need a solid plan in place. You need an exit strategy. You need a goal. And the goal cannot be I need to lose 20 pounds or 30 pounds. If you're looking to lose 200 pounds, for example, I mean, my first choice would not be to go on the drugs. That's just that. My first choice would be, okay, let's see your life. Let's look at your metabolism. Let's look at your life and see where we can get some quick wins, or as my old man used to say, low-hanging fruit. That would be, can we get to bed on time? Yeah, fab. Let's do that. Okay, it takes no fucking energy. You've got to go to bed anyway. Just go to bed a little bit earlier. Next, eat more protein. Can you do that? Well, I eat anyway, so I guess I could just make a different choice. Yep, okay, cool. So we're going to now eat more protein and we're going to go to bed early. Fab, okay. You're 200 pounds. I'm not going to be getting you to do like fucking HIIT training, right? We're going to be doing some walks. That is it. And what you'll find is just by taking these small, basic steps, you will lose weight. Great. Now our confidence is up because we're actually doing the thing. Fantastic. Then you start to lose more weight. Then we can move you into resistance training. Then we concentrate on like things like fiber. We concentrate on energy. We concentrate on all these other things. And then you've lost 80 to 100 pounds. And like, probably don't need these drugs now because I'm at this point. So ideally, that is the way you do it. And even if you're nailing all these things, and now you're like, yeah, I still want to lose another 100 pounds, maybe then you can go on the drug. I would not use it as like a first ditch approach. Okay. That is what we want to be working on, is the healthy habits, your body composition, and your muscle mass. I've got some comments on my TikTok, which I don't understand, so I'm not gonna answer them. Okay, guys, that is all. Let me just check if I've got anything on here. No. Okay, cool. Any questions? I can't quite see my link, my Instagram, I'm afraid, so I can't get back to you if you've messaged on Instagram. But that is my gripe, I guess, with these weight loss drugs. I feel like people use them as a quick fix. They aren't fully informed of the consequences or the side effects. They're like, oh, I'm going to be cold. It's like, fucking, what about the rest? What about your actual health? Then we've got what is the long-term outcome, and also the price you're paying. All right. So now you're not going out with friends to eat because you don't want to pay the money that you're going to waste the food. Social relationships are very important for health. Now our social relationships are declining, and so our health is also declining. So there's all these like extra things. Okay. And just because we can't eat as much, people tend to eat not so great stuff, and stuff that is filling, they fill up on too quickly. And so there's that battle between like, well, I eat healthy and I'm full, or I eat unhealthy and I eat more calories. So like, where should I be? So there's all these things that are outside of people's knowledge, people's understanding, and people's information that they're given when they're put on these drugs. So again, I'm mixed on how I feel about it. I'm biasing towards like we should probably do this as holistically as possible. And then obviously there's the psychological side that's like, I don't even want to eat anything right now. I don't want to move, and I'm too low and too depressed to actually get out of bed. Like, okay, well, there may be a call for that to start the ball rolling, to start pushing that snowball down the hill, and then it'll compound, and then we can come off it. But we need to start somewhere. We need to meet people where they're at. So that's it. Someone said I could have had Galaxy. I think they mean something on TikTok. I don't do those, guys. I don't care for gifts on TikTok. Well, thank you though. But if you guys have got any questions, I'd love to hear your, if you know if anyone that's on it, you have thoughts about going on it, you are on it, I would love to hear your feedback on what it's like, your experience. And again, I'm not damning people who are on it. I'm just saying that they need the medication and the advice and the habits. They need all of the things. Okay, it's just like saying, here's a meal plan and just piss off. No, you need the whole thing. If you want to keep it off and you want to do it properly, you need the full shebang. So there's it. I'm heading off. Hope you found value. I hope you've got some food for thought. And if you need anything, give me a shout.